Yo, YouTube, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Lincoln. Another day. Another day to dub as you go. As you know, a boy gotta have many talents. And for me, as like I said before, play many sports in high school. I do many activities throughout my life, and this is something I'm picking up new, but I'm awful at it. So if you have any tips on how to learn how to play the guitar, please hit your boys up because don't let this fool you because I don't know how to play. So the reason I'm doing this video today is basically to encourage anyone who might be watching this video or any of my subscriber, my follower. I want you to take the time this year to start on a good path. Whatever you usually do to get yourself going throughout the day, for the night, or how many of us when we go work out, we have a certain type of music we listen that get us in the mood. And it's the same thing too. As we start in our day, there's one thing we usually do to get us going. And I think starting the new year is the same thing too. Set yourself a goal. Or it doesn't even have to be a goal for the whole year, but a goal to start each day for itself, one day at a time. Because as we know, this year 2020 has been a very searchful, painful, and difficult year for many of us out there, because due to this whole pandemic we had an unexpected event, tragic event in our lives. Some of us lost a loved one due to this pandemic, and financially it's like many of us struggle. So many of us lost our home, our job. But I want to encourage you to let you know, as human, those things is gonna happen, whether we prepare for it or not. But you cannot let those things keep you from getting to the next step of your life. And some of us too is just simple as like there's people in our lives who literally is bad influence in our life, and they are telling us, oh, you're not capable of doing this, you can't do that. You just have to know yourself better. And all this, you have to put yourself first, knowing that you're better. No matter what nobody say, you can do better. We are better than anybody else, knowing us as personal. So you have to put the negativity that stuff or whatever people might be saying, just it's kind of go one ear and get off the other, because you don't want that to affect the person you want to become. This year, specifically 2020, we have faced so many challenges, and then we it's difficult to, for many of us, this kind of can be difficult to kind of walk away from or to even move on from. But if you know yourself and know the things that you can do to help you move forward from this year, it will be good. Like for some of us, like for example, when you go into the gym, like there's a specific workout, a specific music, things you do to get you going, to get you in the mood. And you got in the gym, you're like, you know what, I'm going to bench 200 today, and you got in there and do what you got to do. It's the same thing when we wake up in the morning. Some of us is a scripture, reading the Bible or listening to a certain type of music or certain type of workout that get us going through the day, to get us set up for the rest of the day. And it's the same thing too with the new year. It's like, you got to set up yourself a goal. Say, you know what, no matter what nobody say, no matter what happened in this world, I'm not going to let it affect me, the person that I want to become. I'm telling you this because I think we all need some encouragement, either from our friends, our family, the closest to us. But at the same time, there's people that is close to us that is kind of bad influence in our life, and you need to learn how to push those away too as well, for you to move on to the next step of your life. For me this year, the way I end 2020 is that I got to take a trip to Haiti, back in my homeland, where I spent the holiday with my mom after 18 years. After 18 years, for the first time this year, the end of 2020, I was able to go back home and spend the holiday with my mom, which was an amazing time. I can't tell you enough how much it meant to me. And thanks to my cousin, my son, shout out to my son for making this happen. He gave as a graduation present, because I graduated on May 2020. He bought me a ticket to go to Haiti to visit my mom. So I went with him and I spent about a week and a half there. I just got back to the U.S.
couple of days ago. So I was so glad that I got to have that experience, and which also you will see either the video I'm gonna post before this or the video I'm gonna post after this. You're gonna see like I give you guys a little overview of Haiti and where I'm from, especially the town Chancel where I was born, and then La Dorty, which also where I spent some of my childhoods and stuff like that. You guys will see the video. The video is coming up. But not to get off track, I just want to encourage you to stay positive, to be confident about who you are and where you want to go in life. Because it's the little things. I mean, I don't think 2020 was a little thing, because that was like unexpected things none of us was expected to happen, and it catches us by surprise, many of us, because some of us was not prepared to have a year like that. And to the people out there that lost your job, I'm truly sorry. I wish there was a way I can, snap my finger and give you your job back, or give you all the money you lost, or the house you lost. It's so many things that, or those one who lost their family. Like, I wish there was anything I can do to make that happen, but I can't. The only thing I can do as another person or a friend or a fan is to encourage you to keep your head up. And I know it's easier said than done, but you gotta understand, you cannot let those downtime keep you from achieving your next goal. Like this morning, I was listening to this message and from my church, where my pastor was talking about, how the whole political system, is like trying to keep us down, try to keep us separate, keep families separate from each other, the social distance, the CDC, and all the guidelines, all the rules they are putting in place for us to get through this pandemic, which most of it is necessary for our own health and our own physical need. But at the same time too, is like they don't understand what it's like to go so long without seeing your loved one who's at the hospital, your loved one who might be in prison or wherever they might be, or especially like those guys who's out there serving us in the military, like knowing that they can't come home, or they have, even if they come home, they have to be certain distance apart, and they can't give their loved one the love they should have, they could. It can be difficult for us. It can be like challenging. But I want to encourage you to not let that change the person that you are, because this year, 2021, I pray to God, will bring us a much better solution than last year had brought for us. And so I want you to stay encouraged. For me this year, like I say, my number one goal is to get closer to God, because I don't believe me as a person, I could have become the person that I am today if it wasn't for God. I couldn't achieve none of my goal if it wasn't for God. And as I get deeply into my YouTube and sharing more of my story with you, you'll understand why God is the most important person in my life. And yeah, many of you you might follow God, you don't even know him. I don't need to know him physically and face to face to know that there is somebody up there watching for me. And because the thing that I go through in life, and both physical, mentally, and emotionally, I could not survive it without God. So I want to encourage you, whoever or whatever you believe in, whatever the spiritual or the high mighty or whatever the person that is your role model or your believer, I want to encourage you to stick to that, because we all need that motivation from somebody, if it's from God, from a loved one, whoever is it you might be getting it from. So please take the time to take care of yourself and know that you're not alone. You're not alone at all. There's many people out there that is suffering or struggling the same way you are struggling. Like, the way I look at it is like, no matter how much I'm struggling, there's always somebody out there that is doing worse than I. So I always try to keep that as in mind as I go throughout my day or as I go throughout the week, so that can encourage me to do better, to appreciate it, the little thing that I have, because there's somebody out there that have zero. And so yeah, so take the time to care for yourself and love your family and friends. Try to get, I know it's very difficult to do, but even to a phone call, whatever you can do to let those one know that you care for them, your loved one know that you care for them. Please do so, because sometimes that's just what they need to hear, is that there's somebody out there that is still care for them and love them for who they are, and be encouraged. So yeah, thank you for listening. Please feel free to leave a comment or question that you might have, and I'll be more than willing to answer you. And please, please, please don't forget to subscribe and like to my YouTube as well, like Instagram. Is also, my Instagram name is the same name as my YouTube channel, Adapt As You Go, and you can follow me on YouTube and Instagram as well, and as well as Snapchat. And I look forward to continue to share my story with you, and